Here's your news rush for August 4, 2026. 6 stories. Let's go. The offer now has an expiry date attached. President Trump says renewed peace talks are Iran's last chance to end the war at the bargaining table, and that negotiators could sit down within a day or two. This follows the strike he says he called off over the weekend. Here is what changed in the language. Calling something a last chance is not a deadline you can check, it is pressure, it costs nothing to say and it moves the burden onto the other side. But it also narrows his own options, because a last chance that passes without consequence stops working the next time. 7 people are dead on a Russian beach, and the two sides cannot agree on who killed them. Russian officials say a Ukrainian drone exploded at a crowded beach in the Black Sea resort of Gelendzhik on Monday, killing 7 people including 3 children and injuring 58. Ukraine has not denied launching the drone. But it says Russian air defenses shot it down, and that the deaths came from that interception. That distinction is the entire dispute, and it is one neither side can settle from a podium. What is not disputed is the count. The war has moved on to the cargo lanes. Rosatom says Ukrainian drones sank the Russian-owned container ship Yanina near the port of Novorossiysk, and Russia says it has targeted Ukrainian cargo ships in return. Here is why this particular escalation reaches further than the others. The Black Sea is one of the world's great grain corridors, and attacks on merchant shipping do not just sink ships, they raise insurance, empty routes and revive fears about global food security in countries that have nothing to do with the fighting. 271 people boarded a ferry in East Java. 41 are still missing. Authorities say the Mutiara Sentosa 2 caught fire early Sunday morning off Madura Island while sailing from Surabaya to Makassar, with 232 passengers and 39 crew aboard. Nearby vessels rescued 225 people and recovered 5 bodies. The cause is still under investigation. But that rescue number is the part worth holding on to. That means most of the ship got off, and it is why crews are still searching rather than recovering. On Friday we told you 2 Republicans were blocking Trump's Attorney General pick. They have folded. Reports say the Senate Judiciary holdouts will now back Todd Blanche's nomination, after the committee postponed its scheduled vote last week rather than hold one it expected to lose. But that reversal is worth naming plainly. Nothing about Blanche changed in 4 days. That means what moved was the pressure on 2 senators, and that is usually how a stalled nomination unsticks. Yesterday we reported 60,000 people evacuated around Spokane. Today some of them are going back to see what is left. Reports say residents are returning to survey the damage while the fires continue to burn, after at least 600 homes, businesses and other structures were destroyed. This is the phase that gets the least coverage and lasts the longest. The evacuation is 1 day of news. Finding out whether your house is still standing, and then dealing with the answer, is the part that runs for months. That's your news rush for today. Subscribe so you never miss a day.